Hello and welcome. My name is Kim Chafe with Lotus Within Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm here in beautiful Souk, British Columbia, and being outside in these beautiful outdoors, I've decided to create a little series about the elements of the world around us. So today my element is going to be focused on the air element. This is also very closely related to the heart chakra, which you might know about. Maybe you don't, that's fine. But we're really going to work on building up some energy as well as opening up our chest and our back and just getting moving today. All right, thank you so much. Let's get started. All right, so we're going to start today's class in a comfortable Shavasana. So you're going to lay out on your mat and send one foot down and the other. Keep your feet about at least hip distance apart, maybe even wider. Start to roll your body back down the mat, releasing the palms upwards, melting your spine, your legs, and your arms into the mat. Maybe closing your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale, side out. Let's do another one of those. Deep inhale and exhale, side out. Let's just take these few moments to release whatever story you're telling yourself in your head at this moment. Really arriving here right now on your mat. Thanking yourself for taking this time just for you. Take another 3 to 5 breaths here in your Shavasana. Deep inhales through the nose and out the nose. And once you're ready, you can start to take a bend in the knee, placing the soles of your feet down onto the earth. Flip the palms over so that they're now down on the earth. Bring your heels in so that they're just about where you could touch them with your fingertips. Root strongly in through both feet, all 4 corners of each feet. As you inhale, raise the pelvis up to the sky and breathe. Engaging the core, squeezing in through the adductors, and exhale, slowly lower down. On your next inhale, find your firm ground. Exhale. Inhale, raise the hips. Maybe rolling the shoulders back and underneath your body. Be fine. On your next exhale, you can start to roll the spine down, releasing any grip if you've taken one. Taking the soles of the feet together and allowing the knees to drop open. You can take the soles of the feet back to the earth. Going to take our right foot ankle and we're going to cross it over top of our left thigh, coming into a figure 4. This may be enough here, or you can start to bring the left leg in, encouraging the right knee down the mat, opening up through the right hip, encouraging the tailbone to stay low and as close to the earth as possible. And breathe. can slightly tuck your chin under, down just a little bit, just encouraging a nice long neck. If you've raised your left foot, go ahead and place that back down on the earth, crossing your right leg over top of your left thigh, picking your hips up, shifting them to the right, dropping your knees to the left into a gentle twist. Encouraging your right shoulder to stay lowered onto the mat. Take one more inhale here and full exhale. And slowly bring one knee up at a time, placing the soles of feet back onto the earth. This time we're going to take our left heel and ankle and cross it over top of our right thigh, creating the same figure 4 shape, encouraging our left knee down the mat. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you start to take the back of the right hamstring or the shin, gently guiding your legs in towards the body. Nice, long, tall spine, encouraging the tailbone down to the earth. On your next exhale, if your right foot is raised, you can bring it back down to the earth, crossing your left leg over your right, shifting your hips to the left side of your mat, dropping your knees to the right into a supine twist, encouraging that left shoulder to stay grounded and into the mat. Long, slow inhales and long, slow exhales. Sending that breath anywhere you might feel some tension in your body today. Take another deep breath in here. And on your exhalation, start to bring your knees back up through center, straightening out through the spine. Hug the knees into the chest, give yourself a little squeeze, maybe rolling out the lower back. When you're ready, rock up and down your back, eventually coming through to a tabletop pose, setting our firm roots of our knees into the mat, our shins into the mat. Maybe your toes are tucked, maybe they're not, whatever works for you. Your shoulders are stacked over your wrists. And on your next inhale, drop the belly, raise the chest and the tailbone. Inhale. Exhale, press firmly, rounding your back, tucking the tailbone under. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, press into the mat and round. Go ahead and take another 3 at your own pace, moving however your body is calling to you today. And when you've completed your cat-cows, meet in a comfortable tabletop. We're going to start by really firmly rooting into our left hand, raising our right arm up and over, opening and broadening through our collarbones. And as you exhale, swoop your right arm between your left leg and your hand, coming down onto your shoulder. Now the left hand can either reach out above you, stretching up head, or you can lift your hand and tuck it and rest it nicely on top of your sacrum. Really encouraging to opening up through the left side of the shoulder while stretching out the back side of our right shoulder. Try your best to keep your hips stacked over your knees. And breathing. If you have your left hand out in front of you or tucked behind, go ahead and place that back underneath your left shoulder, pressing into the mat, raising up, re-stretching that right arm up to the sky, and bring it down to meet the mat. Maybe taking a couple cat-cows if that calls to you. Inhale, reach up, drop the belly. Exhale, press and round the spine. Rooting strongly through our right hand, lifting the left arm up to the sky, really pressing into that right arm, sending that left arm up high. Exhale, swoop your left arm in between your right leg. And coming down. Again, whichever arm variation works for you, whether your arm goes up above you or you sweep it up and behind, taking that half bind. Just maintaining your breath. If your breath becomes too difficult, just come out of the pose a little bit, allowing that delicious, beautiful air to fill our lungs. Will help give us the energy and our muscles the energy to do what we're asking. On your next exhale, you can take that right hand back underneath the right shoulder, pressing into that arm, opening your left arm back up to the left, and exhale, placing your hands back down onto the mat. Next, we're going to start to walk the hands forward, coming into melting heart, walking them as far as we can, and then dropping our chest down in between our arms, maybe coming to the mat, maybe a block. Keeping our hips stacked over top of our knees. And breathing. Take one more big round of deep inhalation and exhalation. And when you're ready, you can start to bring your belly down to your mat, coming into a nice Sphinx pose where your elbows should be roughly underneath your shoulders, really peeling the chest open, broadening our collarbones, shoulder blades back and down, rooting strongly through our pelvis and our legs. Being mindful of our lower back, that we're not dumping any weight in there. There should be no pinching, no tingling, no numbness. Excellent. So start to walk your elbows out, bringing your forehead to rest on your hands in front of you. Taking your right hand out to the side to a T. You're going to place your left hand underneath your shoulder and then peel your body open over top of your right shoulder, stacking your hips if that's available to you. Maybe taking your top leg and putting a bend in the knee and placing the sole of the foot on the ground behind you. Then maybe taking that left arm up and wrapping it behind you, tucking your hand on your lower back, opening up more through the shoulders. And breathing, only going as far as your body needs today. On your next exhale, you can place that left hand back down in front of your face, unwrapping your top leg and slowly rolling back onto your belly. Taking that left arm out to a T or a cactus next to you. Start to take your right hand and peel your body over onto your left shoulder. Maybe stacking the hips. I'm going to send my top leg, take a bend in the knee, put my foot behind me, or I'm going to take my top hand up and around and tuck it into my lower back. Only if this feels good for you. If you're feeling any numbness or pinching or anything in that shoulder, listen to your body and come out of the pose just a little bit.
Beautiful. If you have that arm behind, go ahead and place it back in front of you and straightening out the leg and lowering back down onto your belly. Just take a moment here. Asking a lot of our shoulders and our chest and our back. Just feel the difference of how you were feeling it before versus how you're feeling right now. And just noticing it and accepting it and letting it go. Do a couple cobras here. So placing your hands roughly underneath your shoulders, rolling our shoulder blades up and down our backs. Gonna root strongly through both of your legs and your pelvis and your hands and start to peel the chest up. Keeping the collarbones nice and broad. Not so much gazing right in front of you, but just maybe a couple inches in front of your mat. And exhale, release. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, rooting strongly in through the ground, through both legs, the pelvis. As you inhale, raise and peel the chest up. And breathe. Exhale as you lower yourself back down. Tuck your toes under, either using your knees to help or coming straight up. We're going to come and push through to plank into down dog. So inhale, strong arms, strong legs. Go ahead, use your knees if you need. And plank pose. Long, tall spine, elongated through the neck. Exhale, start to bring the hips up and back to your down dog. Maybe pedaling out through both of your feet, one at a time. Taking a generous bend into the knees, sending the tailbone up to the air, into the sky, and straightening back out through both knees. Beautiful. So on your next inhale, raise your right foot up to the sky, keeping your pelvis nice and square, shoulders square. Exhale, right foot in between the hands, come down onto your back knee, into your low lunge. Whatever hand variation works for you today. Hands at heart center, hand to thigh, or your hands up to the sky. Encouraging the left hip forward, right hip back. Stacking the body, shoulders over hips. Thinking reaching up and out of your hips versus dumping into your lower back. Exhale, bring your hands to frame your right foot. Start to straighten through your right leg, sending the hips up and back to Ardha Hamanasana. My right toes are going to continue to peel up towards my face as my heart leads down my leg. Coming down to whatever is comfortable for you. If you have blocks under the hands are a great way to get there. Closer. Bring the floor closer to you versus you closer to the floor. Really stretching out this back hamstring. Start to walk the hands forward as you put a bend back into your right leg, coming into low lunge for just a moment. Rooting strongly through both of the hands. Tuck your left toes under as you send your right foot back to meet the left. Coming into plank pose. And exhale, hips up and back to down dog. Excellent. This time on your next inhale, raise your left heel up to the sky. Just keeping your hips square, shoulders square. Exhale, bring your left foot in between the hands, bringing the right knee down to the earth, into you setting up for your low lunge. Guiding the right hip forward, left hip back. Shoulders roll back and down the spine. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat as you straighten out through your left leg, sending the hips up and back, peeling the left toes towards your face and lowering down through the heart. On your next exhale, start to bend back into your left knee. Just setting up for that low lunge one more time. Planting both of your hands firmly into the earth, tucking your right toes under, sending your left foot back, coming back into that powerful plank pose. Holding it for 3, 2, 1. Hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, raise the right heel up to the sky, bending through the knee, stacking the hips, remaining nice and square in through the shoulders. Exhale, bring that right foot in between your hands, coming up to a crescent lunge. Keeping your left toes stacked up and over. Heel above the ball of the foot, not popping our ribs out, maintaining a nice strong core, really lunging into that front leg. I see a little swan is starting to swim up beside where I'm recording. I hope you guys can see it because it's beautiful. On your next exhale, drop the right heel to the earth, coming into Warrior Two. Extending your one arm directly in front of you, gazing over the fingertips, back arm engaged, stacking hips
and the shoulders in a line, really pressing strongly through my left outer edge. I'm going to flip my right palm to face the sky as I peel myself up and back, coming into a peaceful warrior, really stretching out through the intercostals of my right side while maintaining my strong warrior legs. Inhale, bring your arms back over top, stretching front and back. And start to straighten out through our right leg, maybe heel toe the left a little bit closer. Reaching strongly through my right arm, I'm going to start to reach until I cannot go any farther. And then topple down to triangle pose, peeling my heart, broad collarbones. Maintaining that breath. As you exhale, bring your gaze back down to your right foot. Windmill the arms down, framing each side of your right foot, stepping back to powerful plank. 3, 2, 1. Hips up and back, down dog. On your next inhale, start to raise your left leg up to the sky, bending the knees, stacking the hips. On your exhale, bring your left leg through, placing the foot between the hands, setting up for your crescent lunge. Encouraging the right hip forward, left hip back, shining my back sole to the back, behind me. Shoulders rolled back and down my spine. Hoping that I'm not disturbing this beautiful swan that is swimming towards me. On your next exhale, you can drop that right ankle down, coming into your powerful warrior two. Really pressing firmly through our back, outside of our right foot, sorry. I'm distracted. I've never done yoga with a swan before, but I'd love to do it again. Hello, little friend. I'm going to go ahead and flip my left palms up to the sky, reaching up and back to my peaceful warrior.
On your next exhale, you can start to bring yourself back up into that warrior two. Straightening out through your right leg, or left leg, sorry. Maybe walking the back leg, cut in a little bit. Start to reach forward as far as you can. When you can't reach any farther, bring your left hand to your ankle, floor, wherever reaches for you. Maybe a block. Peeling our right shoulder up and open. On your next exhale, start to bring your gaze back to your left foot, windmilling the arms to frame either side, stepping back into your powerful plank pose. Three, two, one. Hips up and back, down dog. All right, we're gonna come to stand. So, slowly just walk your feet to the middle of your mat, bringing your hands to meet you. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold over your legs. Then mindfully, one vertebrae at a time, start to stack yourself, rolling up into your Tadasana mountain pose. Beautiful. For a moment. Once standing in your comfortable mountain pose, we're going to do a tree pose. So, rooting strongly into our right foot, we're going to take our left knee over to the left side, bringing the sole of our foot to ankle, calf, or the inner leg. Really zipping up through the midline, pressing just as much with your left foot as you are with your right leg. Hands can come to heart center, or you can grow branches. Play with your tree. Experiment. If you're looking for a bit of a challenge today, try closing your eyes. That one gets me every time. And exhale, you can bring yourself back down. Shake it out, walk through both of your feet. Rooting strongly into our left foot. We're going to bend the knee. Bring your knee out to the side. Now your foot can come to your ankle, calf, or your inner leg. And play with that tree pose. Again, letting go of any expectations of yourself. Balance is supposed to be fun. I like to say not to take anything too seriously in yoga. We're here for the good time. Not to be serious. You're in competition with literally no one. Beautiful. Exhale, release it out. All right. Now I'm on rocks, so I'm just going to try and find a comfortable spot for myself. I'm going to face forward. You can face whichever way works for you best. I'm going to root strongly in through my right foot as I put a bend in my left knee, sending my foot back behind me. I'm going to take my hand, grab the inside of my foot. My right arm is going to go up as I start to kick my foot into my hand. And as when I can kick no more, I start to dip down into dancer's pose.
Again, not being too serious about your balance in this one. If you fall out, just try it again. Beautiful. Exhale, release it down. Rooting strongly in through the left foot, going to bend your right knee, grabbing a hold of the inner sole, inside sole of your foot. Sending your left arm up to the sky. Start to kick, kick, kick into that arm, your hand into that foot. You know what I mean. As your leg goes up, maybe you start to tilt forward. Again, finding that place of your drishti to help keep your steady balance. And then exhale, come on down. I'd like to try that one more time. So once you've shaken it out, stepped it out just a little bit, root strongly in through your right foot. Take a bend into your left knee, holding onto the inner side of your foot. Sending your right arm up to the sky, kicking your foot into your hand as you start to tilt up and over. And exhale, side out. Release. Shaking it off. Now I'm going to root through my left foot as I bend into my left knee, holding onto the inside of my foot. Left arm goes up. Kick as you start to come forward. Excellent. And release. Beautiful. Come to stand at the top of your mat. Inhale, raise the arms up, lift up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back to plank, powerful plank. Walking your right hand just so it's about right underneath you. You're going to start to roll to the outer edge of your right foot, coming into a side plank. You can keep your knees down for this if you'd like. Sending your shoulders, stacking your shoulders, reaching up and out. Maybe playing with the leg variation, coming back into that tree plank. Side plank and tree mix. Broadening the collarbones, core engaged. As you exhale, bring your left hand down to meet the mat. Rolling onto the left side of your foot, side plank. Again, maybe you stay here, maybe your knee is down, maybe you start to play with that tree variation. Bring your left hand or right arm down, coming and holding your plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips up and back to down dog. Raise your right leg up to the sky. And we're going to come into pigeon from here. So exhaling, bringing our right knee to right wrist.
laying down onto that shin, sending our left leg back and down the mat, staying square through the hips. Maybe staying upright just for a moment, just to really find your ground. You can go ahead and start to walk the arms forward to come down, or I'm going to go ahead and come into a mermaid with my right hand planted in front of me. I'm going to reach back to my left leg, start to bend into the knee, catching on hold of my foot, walking it to the inner pit of my elbow. Holding here, maybe reaching up and over, going for the full bind. Excellent. If you have that bind, you can slowly release that foot. Make sure you're not slingshotting it back to the ground. Use control. Plant your hands firmly into the ground, tucking your left toes up and under. You can bring your right foot back to meet the left, coming back into down dog. Inhale, raise the left heel up to the sky. Left knee, left wrist, laying the shin down. Right leg goes back. Pigeon on the other side. Maybe walking that back knee back just a little bit more. Encouraging our hips to stay nice and square. If you went down on the other side, go ahead and feel free to do that descent again. Or you can plant your left hand in front of you, reaching back with your right arm to grab your foot. Bringing your the top of your foot, into your arm, the little crook of your elbow. And once you've got your balance, maybe playing with the arm bind, sending your left arm up and back. If you have the bind, you can slowly start to unwind, lightly dropping that right foot back down to the earth. We're going to roll to our left hip, sending our legs out in front of us. My little swan friend is still just over here, so don't mind me if I'm gawking at my scenery. It's absolutely beautiful. All right, finding that nice, firm, rooted seating position, maybe removing the flesh from our seat. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale as you fold over your legs. Leading with the heart. Just giving our lower back just a moment to just relax and open. Inhale, roll the spine back up to neutral. Put a bend into your right knee as you place the foot onto the earth. Taking that right foot, crossing it over our left leg. I'm going to take my left arm, wrap it around my right knee, bringing it in, sending my right arm back out behind me, coming into a nice twist. Encourage a long, tall spine. It's easier to get more mobility out of twisting your spine if you allow it to be nice and long and tall versus rounding and crunching. You can start to wind yourself back out in front of you, maybe taking a counter twist. Beautiful. Releasing the legs out in front of you. Start to take a bend into that left leg, crossing it up and over top of our right, taking our right arm, hugging our knee in, bringing our left arm maybe to place behind us. And start to come back through center, maybe taking that counter stretch, turning to the other side. Perfect. And when you're ready, start to bring yourself down to your back. Take a bend in the knees, hugging them in towards you. Take the knees wide as you send the soles of the feet up to the sky, grabbing on with your hands, pressing firmly into the hands as your arms gently guide your knees closer to the earth, maybe rocking back and forth to release the lower back. Just take a few breaths here. And on your next exhale, start to gently release into your Shavasana. Palms facing up. I encourage you to close your eyes if you're feeling safe. And just melt away into your mat, softening through your toes, your knees, your hips, your shoulders.
Take a nice, slow, deep inhalation through your nose. Exhale, side out. Let's do another one of those. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. Slowly, mindfully, bringing a little movement into our bodies. Maybe wiggling our toes, our fingers, rolling out our wrists and our ankles. Maybe hugging his in. And on your own time, bringing yourself up through center. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this class gives you some energy, really connected you to the air and the wind and just everything around you. And again, thank you. I appreciate you tuning in with me. Namaste.